Today we will study about the Today we will study about the fertilization in angiosperm. That is, last lecture we have studied about the sexual reproduction is divided into three categories: pre-fertilization changes, fertilization changes, and post-fertilization changes. In pre-fertilization changes, we can study the microsporogenesis, development of male gametophyte, megasporogenesis, development of the female gametophyte, and then most important, that is called as a pollination. Therefore, pre-fertilization changes are end, and today we can study the second category, that is called as a fertilization. In angiosperm, fertilization is called as a double fertilization. Double fertilization is a characteristic feature of angiosperm. It was first proposed by scientist S.G. Navaschin. They can study in the Liliaceae family, for example, Lilium plant and Fritillaria plant. These two plants discovered the double fertilization only in angiosperm. The double fertilization is start with the help of pollen grains. After pollination, pollen grains are deposited on the stigma. When right type of pollen grain deposited on the stigma accept it and pollen undergo germination. What is germination of pollen grain? When pollen grain deposited on the stigma after pollination, they absorb the sugary substance from the stigma, and such a absorption of sugary substance inside the pollen grain, the cytoplasm content of the pollen grain increases, and such a pressure is created on the intine. Therefore, intine come out one of the jump over and they elongate. Such a elongated tube-like structure is called as a pollen tube. Therefore, pollen tube is an elongation of intine, and such a pollen tube contain generative nucleus and tube nucleus present in the tip of the pollen tube, and generative nucleus. Such a generative nucleus undergo mitotic division to form two haploid non-motile male gametes, and such a elongated pollen tube pass from stigmatic tissue and stylar tissue. जे आपण pollen patient interaction मध्ये मी डायग्राम पण तुम्हाला काढून दाखवलं की सेम प्रोसिजर इथं घडणार आहे. Pollen tube is passed from stigmatic tissue, then passed from stylar tissue, and then attract towards the ovary. Why? Because some chemical substance is present inside the ovary, that is called as a chemotactic movement. Such a pollen tube enter inside the ovary by three pathways. बघा, ही pollen tube ओव्हलच्या आतमध्ये तीन वेन जाणार आहे. त्यातला पहिला वे आपण बघतोय, हा आपण काय काढले बघा, दिस इज कॉल्ड एज अ, आपण त्याला नाव देऊया. समजा तुम्हाला पाहिजे असेल तर आपण याला नाव देऊया, दॅट इज कॉल्ड ॲज अ, हा तुम्हाला पूर्ण भाग दिसतोय बाहेरचा, तो आपण न्यूसेलरचा काढलेला आहे. दिस इज द न्यूसेलर रिजन, अँड न्यूसेलर इज सराउंडेड बाय इंट्यूबमेंट. तुम्हाला माहिती आहे, आता आपण इंट्यूबमेंट काढत नाहीये, आपल्याला पोलन ट्यूब कुठून आली ते नेमकी कळायला हवी म्हणून आपण इंट्यूबमेंट काढलेली नाही. तर दोन इंट्यूबमेंट सध्या इथं दिसतील, बाकीचे पण काढले नाही तर आपल्याला पोलन ट्यूब बघायचे म्हणून. देअरफॉर pollen tube enter inside the ovule through micropylar end is called as a microgamy or porogamy. pollen tube जर एम्ब्रियो सॅककडं आतमध्ये किंवा ओव्हलच्या आतमध्ये एंटर होत असेल तर त्याला नाव दिले आपण मायक्रोपायलर एंडकडनं तीच रात जात असेल तर त्याला नाव दिले आपण मायक्रोगॅमी और पोरोगॅमी. ही एकच वे आहे का? नाही. आयदर pollen tube come inside the ovule or embryo sac through the chalizoid end. जर chalizoid end कडून pollen tube आतमध्ये एंटर झाली, that is called as a chalizogamy. Another third way is when pollen tube enter inside the intubment is called as एक महत्त्वाचा फरक आपल्याला त्यातला बघायचा चलागॅमी नंतर, that is called as a mesogamy. बघा परत एकदा, when pollen tube enter through micropylar region called as a microgamy or porogamy, or pollen tube enters through the chalizoid end called as chalizogamy, or pollen tube enter inside the with the help of intubment is called as a mesogamy. किती टाइप झाले बघा pollen tube entryचे? It is either porogamy, it is either chalizogamy, or it is either mesogamy. There are three different pathway of entry of pollen tube inside the ovule. पण आपल्या अँजिओस्पर्मिक प्लांट मध्ये मॅक्सिमम आपण मायक्रोपायलर एंडकडून pollen tube एंटर झाली असं म्हणतो. When pollen tube attract towards the micropylar end, therefore microgamy takes place. Such a pollen tube attract toward the egg with the help of फ्रीफॉर्म ॲपरेटस ऑफ द सिनर्जिड. हा सिनर्जिडच्या एंडला आपण मागे बघितले फिंगर लाईक प्रोजेक्शन आहेत दोन्ही सिनर्जिडला ते असतात. ते अट्रॅक्ट द pollen tube towards the egg. When such a pollen tube enter inside the embryo sac from one of the synergid, one of the synergid is burst. Synergid contain the water. Such a water is absorbed by pollen tube, and pollen tube increase the water content at the tip. Therefore, tip of the pollen tube is burst and two male gamete is released in the embryo sac. First male gamete fuses with the egg. First male gamete fuses with the egg. Egg is also haploid to form. First male gamete is haploid in nature. It fuses with the haploid egg to form diploid zygote, and such a zygote after some time they form embryo. When first male gamete fuses with the egg is called as a syngamy or first fertilization. Second male gamete fuses with the secondary nucleus. This is the second male gamete. This is the second male gamete fuses with the diploid secondary nucleus, and second male gamete is a haploid nucleus. Repeat again. Secondary nucleus is diploid in nature. It is fused with the second male gamete which is a haploid in nature to form 3-end structure that is called as a triple fusion or second fertilization. Why double fertilization? Double fertilization ला का म्हटलं जातं? Because two male gamete used in two different sites inside the embryo sac. Therefore, such a fertilization is called as a double fertilization. When first male gamete fuses with the egg to form diploid zygote, second male gamete is fuses with the secondary nucleus to form triploid structure that is called as a triple fusion or second fertilization. Syngamy is called as generative fertilization and triple fusion is called as a vegetative fertilization. Therefore, after such a fertilization is completed, two male gametes takes place in two different places. Another term is studied that is called as a siphonogamy. What is siphonogamy? Two non-motile male gametes is carried out with the help of pollen tube. That is, two non-motile male gametes reaches to the or transfer to the female gamete with the help of pollen tube. Such a process or phenomenon is called as a siphonogamy. Therefore, this is the double fertilization in angiosperm. It is only carried out in the angiosperm. Why it is called as a double fertilization? Definition विचारित आपल्याला सांगता आली पाहिजे. First male gamete fuses with the haploid egg to form diploid zygote, and zygote undergo the embryo. Second male gamete fuses with the secondary nucleus that are diploid in nature and to form triploid structure that is called as a triple fusion or second fertilization. This is about the double fertilization. What is the significance of double fertilization? First, तुम्हाला फळ्यावर दिसतोय. Double fertilization is a characteristic feature of angiosperm. Second one is both the male gametes are used or utilized in this fertilization. First male gamete fuses with the egg to form diploid zygote, and zygote is converted into embryo, and such an embryo is most important for formation of new individual or new plant. Then second male gamete with the secondary nucleus to form triple fusion. The product of triple fusion is a triploid endosperm. Such a triploid endosperm gives the nourishment to the developing embryo. Therefore, wastage of embryo is avoided because development of endosperm and development of zygote is near to each other. Therefore, the wastage of endosperm is avoided. What is the function of endosperm? Endosperm provides the nourishment to developing embryo. Therefore, seeds are more viable in angiosperm. Therefore, diploid condition is also restored in the due to double fertilization. Double fertilization avoid the polyembryony. Therefore, it restores the diploid condition by fusion of haploid male gamete with the haploid female gamete through syngamy. Therefore, triploid primary endosperm nucleus develops into nutritive endosperm tissue. This is the they are fused together. काय condition होणार आहे बघा? They are fused together to form. They are fused together. That is secondary nucleus and second male gamete is fused together to form triploid primary endosperm nucleus. याला नाव काय देणार आहे आपण? Triploid primary endosperm nucleus. Triploid primary endosperm nucleus undergo repeated mitotic division to form triploid endosperm. This is about the significance of double fertilization and the process of double fertilization. Next category of sexual reproduction we can study today, that is called as a post-fertilization changes. Post-fertilization changes takes place after the fertilization. It includes development of endosperm, development of embryo, and formation of fruits and seeds. These 3 points included under post-fertilization changes. Let's study about the post-fertilization changes. First process, that is development of endosperm. What is endosperm? That is, during double fertilization, second male gamete fuses with the secondary nucleus to form triploid primary endosperm nucleus. Such a triploid primary endosperm nucleus undergo repeated mitotic division and to form triploid endosperm. What is the function of endosperm? Endosperm provides the nourishment to developing embryo. According to such a condition, the development of endosperm is divided into three types according to their mode of development. First one is called a nuclear endosperm, second one is called as a cellular endosperm, and third one is called as a halobial endosperm. These are three types of endosperm. What is a nuclear endosperm? न्यूक्लियर एंडोस्पर्म स्टार्ट विथ, आता हे एंडोस्पर्म टिश्यू कुठली असणार आहे, फक्त एवढीच आपण धरतोय, ही पूर्ण एम्ब्रियो सेल आपल्याला धरायची नाही. When in case of nuclear endosperm, this type of endosperm is easily seen in wheat plant, sunflower, coconut, and it is observed in about 161 angiospermic family. Even nuclear endosperm is a primitive type of endosperm, and they show large angiospermic family, that is about 161 angiospermic family. In nuclear endosperm development start from primary endosperm nucleus. The primary endosperm nucleus undergo repeated mitotic division. Due to repeated mitotic division takes place in the central cell, they form a large number of free nuclear triploid nuclei. To form large number of triploid nuclei. Such a triploid nuclei push towards the periphery along their cytoplasm. Such a triploid nuclei push toward the periphery along their cytoplasm, and central large vacuole is formed. When central large vacuole is formed, there is a wall formation between each nuclei. From periphery to center to form multicellular endosperm. आपण परत एकदा मराठीत बघूया नेमकं काय घडतंय. दॅट इज कॉल्ड ॲज अ मल्टीसेल्युलर एंडोस्पर्म. काय होते नेमकं, प्रायमरी एंडोस्पर्म न्यूक्लियस अंडरगो रिपीटेड मायटॉटिक डिव्हिजन, त्यामुळं अनेक प्रकारच्या ट्रिप्लॉइड न्यूक्लियाय तयार होतात, त्या पेरिफेरीकडे पुश होतात सायटोप्लाझम सहित, त्यामुळे सेंटरला लार्ज व्हॅक्यूल तयार होतो. पुढची स्टेप येते इन बिटवीन सच अ न्यूक्लियाय वॉल फॉर्मेशन टेक्स प्लेस. सच अ वॉल फॉर्मेशन, हे वॉल फॉर्मेशन घडतं पेरिफेरी टू सेंटर, देअरफॉर मल्टीसेल्युलर एंडोस्पर्म इज सीन. बट इन केस ऑफ कोकोनट प्लांट और कोकोनट, in case of coconut, outer layer is a multicellular endosperm and inner part is a free nuclear and vacuolated endosperm is present. हे कोकोनटच्या बाबतीत वेगळं वैशिष्ट्य आहे. सेकंड टाइप ऑफ एंडोस्पर्म इज कॉल्ड एज अ सेल्युलर एंडोस्पर्म. The example of cellular endosperm is Adomza, Balsam and Petunia etc. They are observed in the 72 families of dicot plants. इथं सुद्धा काय होणार आहे, सेम प्रोसिजर. ही डायग्राम आपण सगळीकडे काढलेली नाहीये. The triploid endosperm containing primary endosperm nucleus which undergo that is called as a karyokinesis, that is repeated mitotic division. It undergo the karyokinesis, and karyokinesis immediately followed by cytokinesis or immediately followed by wall formation. Due to immediately formation of wall formation, the endosperm is totally cellular from the beginning to end. Therefore, this is called as a cellular type of angiosperm. They are formed in the 72 families of the dicot plant. हे जर सोप्या पद्धतीने तुम्हाला अजून अभ्यासायचं असेल तर परत एकदा आपण बघूया. In case of cellular endosperm, the triploid endosperm nucleus undergo cytokinesis and they are immediately undergo the cellular type of endosperm undergo the karyokinesis and immediately undergo the cytokinesis. Therefore, cellular endosperm is formed. Such a type of endosperm is called as a cellular endosperm. In third type of the endosperm is a halobial endosperm. It is observed in, that is called as a Asphodilus type of the plant. The halobial type of endosperm is a intermediate type between nuclear endosperm and cellular endosperm. The halobial series of the monocot plant shows such a type of endosperm. So therefore, halobial type of the endosperm occurs in the order of halobials of the monocot plant. In this case, first division of primary endosperm nucleus, it not undergo, that is karyokinesis. म्हणजे karyokinesis व्हायच्या अगोदर याच्यामध्ये काय होणार आहे, the primary endosperm nucleus undergo, that is cytokinesis. Due to cytokinesis, cell wall formation takes place and two unequal cells are formed. They form large micropylar chamber and small chaliceal chamber. Large micropylar chamber shows the division like nuclear endosperm. Like in nuclear endosperm म्हणजे काय, such a nuclei undergo repeated mitotic division to form large nuclei. Such a nuclei push towards the periphery to form central vacuole. But in case of small chaliceal chamber, the mitotic division is also slow as compared to micropylar chamber. Therefore, such a type of endosperm is called as a halobial endosperm. These are the intermediate type between the cellular endosperm and nuclear endosperm. तर आपण आता परत एकदा थोडंसं डिफरन्स बघणार आहे दोन्हीमधला. व्हॉट इज डिफरन्स बिटवीन न्यूक्लियर एंडोस्पर्म, सेल्युलर एंडोस्पर्म अँड हेलोबियल एंडोस्पर्म. तर थोडंसं लक्ष द्यायचं आहे. इन केस ऑफ न्यूक्लियर एंडोस्पर्म, triploid primary endosperm nucleus undergo first karyokinesis, then form the triploid nuclei and then remain they undergo the cytokinesis. म्हणजे अगोदर कॅरियोकायनेसिस घडतं आहे प्रायमरी एंडोस्पर्म न्यूक्लियसमध्ये, नंतर काय घडणार आहे, नंतर त्याच्यामध्ये सायटोकायनेसिस घडणार आहे. पण सेल्युलर एंडोस्पर्ममध्ये तसं नाही. इन केस ऑफ सेल्युलर एंडोस्पर्म, प्रायमरी एंडोस्पर्म न्यूक्लियस अंडरगो कॅरियोकायनेसिस अँड इमिजिएटली सायटोकायनेसिस. त्यामध्ये कॅरियोकायनेसिस होणार आहे की लगेच सायटोकायनेसिस होणार आहे, अशा प्रकारच्या एंडोस्पर्मला आपण नाव दिले सेल्युलर एंडोस्पर्म. हेलोबियल एंडोस्पर्म नेमकं कुणाला म्हणायचं तर एक्झाम्पल आपण खाली बघतोय अस्पोडिलस, दॅट इज ऑर्डर ऑफ हेलोबियल्स ऑफ मोनोकॉट प्लांटमध्ये तुम्हाला दिसेल. अस्पोडिलस असं त्याला म्हणजे व्हॅलेसनॅरीमध्ये सुद्धा तुम्हाला ही कंडिशन दिसून येईल. इन केस ऑफ हेलोबियल एंडोस्पर्म इट इज अ इंटरमिजिएट टाइम बिटवीन न्यूक्लियर एंडोस्पर्म अँड सेल्युलर एंडोस्पर्म. असं का म्हटलं जातं, त्याला एक वैशिष्ट्यपूर्ण कारण आहे. बिकॉज इन केस ऑफ हेलोबियल एंडोस्पर्म प्रायमरी एंडोस्पर्म न्यूक्लियस अंडरगो सायटोकायनेसिस. पहिल्यांदा हा न्यूक्लियस सायटोकायनेसिसला जातो. जे आपण न्यूक्लियर आणि सेल्युलरमध्ये बघितलं होतं तो कॅरियोकायनेसिसमध्ये जात होता. पण इथं हेलोबियल डेव्हलपमेंट ऑफ हेलोबियल एंडोस्पर्म, प्रायमरी एंडोस्पर्म न्यूक्लियस अंडरगो cytokinesis. Due to cytokinesis, two or equal cells are present. That is, larger is called as a larger micropylar chamber and smaller one is called as a smaller chalizial chamber. In case of larger micropylar chamber, the another division is like nuclear endosperm. That is, primary endosperm nucleus undergo repeated mitotic division. Therefore, diploid nuclei push towards the periphery. Central large vacuoles takes place, and such a central large vacuoles takes place, they immediately undergo cytokinesis or wall formation. Therefore, they look like a nuclear endosperm. But in case of small chalizial chamber, all the nuclear division or cell wall formation very slow. Therefore, they are slow in nature. Therefore, development of micropylar chamber is faster than the development of chalizial chamber. This is about the development of endosperm. And today, in next lecture, we can study about the development of embryo. That is the included in post fertilization changes. तर आपण पुढच्या तासाला डेव्हलपमेंट ऑफ एम्ब्रियो बघणार आहे. डेव्हलपमेंट ऑफ एम्ब्रियो जर आपल्याला अभ्यासायचं असेल तर डबल फर्टिलायझेशन अशा प्रकारे डिटेलमध्ये आपल्याला येणं अत्यंत गरजेचं आहे आणि ते यायलाच हवं. देन स्टॉप दिस लेक्चर.